Hi, I'm Roger Peterson. Welcome back to Pro 423. Well, we're ready to get started on the third step of recovering our healthy heart. The third step being revisit our injuries. And one thing I know that's important to me, maybe it's important to you, clarity brings motivation. If I understand what I'm trying to accomplish, if I understand the end result looks like, if I understand my role, if I understand the key elements surrounding it, that motivates me to get in there and get started. So let's try to understand what it means to revisit our injuries. If you remember right, so let's go back to the 6th grade boy who gets bullied on the playground, comes home to maybe a mom that wasn't there, and a dad, when dad got home, dad just yelled at him more because he's kind of embarrassed by his son and wished his son had just beat the kid up. He's mad because the kid's crying. So the boy goes to sleep not having processed. Remember that scenario? We need to understand that the injury didn't happen on the playground. Was it bad? Was it harsh? Yes, but that's just part of life. The injury really happened when he came home and wasn't able to process with the dad. That's where the injury took place. Him going to his bedroom, feeling not accepted by his dad, feeling like a real loser because he didn't do what his dad wanted, not because the bully bullied him. That's the real injury. And at that point, your emotions took a hit. Your emotional maturity took a hit. It stopped growing at that point. It got stunted. It didn't get past that and move on. So what we're trying to do is go back, find those injuries, find those situations, find the scenarios, and have those conversations, not with dad, but with someone you trust. Someone you can look in their eye, you know they care about you, you know they'll accept you as you talk about what happened. And then, with that conversation processed, your emotions can continue to move past that point and continue to develop and mature. That's what we're aiming at. Finding those injuries and having the conversations that you really weren't able to have then, no matter how many years between those two things. Okay? Now, what will it look like? What will it look like when you actually revisit an injury? Well, I have one rule of thumb. It's going to be painful. You know you're revisiting your injury when you're feeling some of the pain you felt in the initial situation. Is it my goal to cry? No, it's my goal to be honest. But you and I both know when we're talking about something from a distance and where we're actually revisiting the moment. Revisiting the moment will always result in some sort of emotional attachment to what went on. That's what I'm looking at. Is it going to be difficult? Oh yeah, absolutely. But that's what needs to happen in order to actually revisit and process through that. I remember one time in one of my very first counseling sessions, probably in the mid-90s. We were talking about some things with the counselor I was, and he said, tell me about your folks and how they fought. And so I talked about this one memory I had, and then I just burst into tears. And I couldn't breathe. It was so traumatic, and I sort of went through this little panic attack. And when I get done, he just let me sort of work through it. He said to me, wisely, wow, maybe there's something there. You think?